Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? This is Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And as usual, we have a awesome guest this morning. I'm really excited for you guys to hear from her. And I'm going to bring her out in just a moment. Her name is Lori, and it's going to be a great show. If you are new to Legendary, and this is one of the first experiences or interactions, then we want to welcome you. We want to let you know that we're here 5 days a week doing this show on top of all the other events and curriculum and things that we have going on here inside of our community. And so sit down, put your seatbelt on, get ready for the ride of your life, okay? And whatever your goals are, whatever you want to achieve, most likely you are shortchanging yourself, okay? And so now let's hear from somebody else, somebody who is a client, a student here, somebody who's a member of our community, our family here at Legendary, Lori Richardson. Lori, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Dave. Good morning.
Hey, you're welcome, and good morning to you. Where are you calling in from?
Southern Oregon.
That's right. I thought you were in Oregon, but I didn't want to assume. So welcome from the West Coast, where you are 3 hours behind me. So good early morning to you.
Yeah. I got up much earlier than normal this morning. So
well, we appreciate that. We appreciate you getting up and making time for us here to share your experience. So you are somebody who I've gotten to know, and I've really enjoyed getting to know. I've enjoyed watching you take action and get results and begin this journey that so many people set out on. But they, it's just tends to be a challenge for people because they maybe have unrealistic expectations. Maybe they for whatever reason. But I've seen you just take consistent action, keep a positive attitude. Because of that, you've gotten results. You've not gotten rich overnight, but you're building confidence. You're growing. Obviously, I'm really proud of you and happy for your progress. So how does it feel to be kind of where you're at 3 months into this? You're a blueprints and coaching client here at Legendary as well. And that's how for those of you wondering, that's how I've gotten to know Lori. How does it feel to be, 3 months into this? And at least I'm super happy and proud of you. Do you also feel a sense of accomplishment and see and feel the growth as well?
Absolutely. I feel like I'm right on track. I did not expect this to be a get rich quick, obviously. I literally expected, I didn't expect a lot of the things that have happened for me so far, but as far as where I am with the business itself, it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. And I'm doing all the training to make it to the end, and it's really exciting. I'm learning so much every day, trying to put it into action. I didn't set my expectations really high as far as income that I'm bringing in right away. And I think that helps a lot. I've owned a business for 23 years that was started out not being online just because of my age and what the technology was when I started it, but ended up on online. Mm-hmm. And I know that first year, you're not going to make as much as you would necessarily like to, but that year is such a year for growth. So I went into this eyes wide open, knowing that.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, I think you have and you have made money. You have gotten results. Yes. I mean, for those of you who are wondering if she's actually, quote unquote, making money, yes, she is. How much? Quite frankly, it's none of your business.
Exactly.
And the reason why it's none of your business is because her results are not going to be your results anyways. You may get more, you may get less. you may have a different growth. You're absolutely going to have a different growth path than Lori does. But what I respect about you so much is that you have just such a healthy perspective about what it actually takes to build a business, what it takes to build anything. I mean, anything that you build that's going to last, that's going to be worthwhile, it takes time. And that first year, like you said, is such an important year to lay the foundation. So, so talk to us a little bit about what the major milestones for you have been over these past 3 months. What are some of the things that you look back and you say, that was a big growth moment, or this is something that I've really overcome and I can feel the growth in this area?
Well, I've had several of those. I mean, starting with just actually posting things on social media, putting my face out. You know, I like all of us went on TikTok originally to just amuse ourselves. And I think my personal account, I have one post and it's of my cats, you know? So actually putting my face out there and talking to people, trying to do try to talk just to one person at a time through the camera versus everyone out there, you know, trying to make those connections online. Was one of my first milestones. As recently, the biggest one I'm working on with you is just following up with the email campaigns, working more with my copywriting skills, because that is something that is so crucial in marketing of any type. So, and feel like I'm getting close to a breakthrough there. It's the challenge you have given me. I'm striving forward with it, and I will make that at the end of the month. So when we meet in our next group call, I'll be able to say, yep, I did it. Here it is. See? I lost you. I can't hear you, Dave.
I muted myself.
Okay.
I said, that's great. I'm just, it's interesting. I want to talk a little bit about coaching for a second. My wife woke up this morning and she said, well, I hired a sleep coach for the baby. Right. And I just thought, and I said to her, I said, well, if you want really any results in any area, then the best way to get it is to hire a coach, right? If you want great results in fitness, I guarantee you, no matter how motivated you are and no matter how much you know about fitness, if you hire a coach to push you and to challenge you and to do a lot of the thinking for you in terms of like what you should be working on this month, instead of trying to conjure up the vision and the task and all this and then go and execute it. Right. One of the reasons why I love a fitness coach is because he does the thinking in terms of what I need to be working on. Right. I don't have to think of the exercises. I just do them. But, you know, my wife hired the sleeping coach for our baby just to get some extra tips, just to see what does she know from working with hundreds of other babies that I don't know. Right. So what was your thought when you invested in the blueprints in coaching? Most people would look at that as a cost. What was your perspective going into that, and how do you view coaching and accountability just in general?
Well, just getting the feedback from someone that has done it successfully is huge. And I love helping set my goals for me, with me, not for me, and having the accountability, because I'm the type of person that once that has been verbalized, not just to myself, but to other people. And if I try to keep my word, and if I tell you, yeah, Dave, I'm going to do that, it makes me way more determined to accomplish that. I also, it makes me so proud of myself when I do accomplish that and I can say, you know, wow, I did that, you know. And the coaching has really, really helped me, because there've also been times that I'm a little okay, now which way should I go? I really don't know. And having someone with your experience to bounce that off of is really crucial, I feel, for me.
Mm. Um,
And it was definitely an investment. And that's how I viewed it. It was not uh, just an expense, which, by the way, can be written off. Um, but it is definitely an investment, and it's not just an investment in my business, but it's an investment in myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that a lot of times the benefits, I've had all kinds of different clients over the years. I've even got lots of different clients right now, right? And I don't have favorites. I just have ones that I can see that this person is really this person really um, is going to get a lot out of this, and maybe where somebody else isn't, and that has nothing to do with me, right? That has everything to do with how the person uses the coaching, you know, and and so one of the things that I think is really important, and for a lot of us, we come into this environment and we've never had coaching before, we've never had training before, and so it it sorry, I was getting some feedback, and I think it was is it, are you getting any feedback?
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I was getting a little bit, but it wasn't me.
Okay.
Anybody who's off the screen can't have feedback, but yeah, I can hear like a little clicking kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you might be hearing my clock. It's a schoolhouse clock. It's got a. Sorry, I can go turn it off if it's a disturbance. I can
No,
stop the pendulum.
I don't know if that's it. I don't think that's it. But anyways, it's not it's not a huge deal.
Okay.
Um, uh, well, yeah. Why don't you go turn it off and see if that's it? Because it's clicking, and
Hold on.
let's see if that's it. We've got Diana and a few other people who were saying that they hear it too. I don't
I
think.
I know I could hear it, and then it on my screen it said the host has muted your mic, and I was like, oh, it ain't me, man, it ain't me.
I don't think. I don't. Yeah, I think it's something else. I think it's something else. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Um, it's it may just be the audio this morning on StreamYard. But back to my thought. So what I was saying was a lot of people come into a coaching environment, right? And this is essentially a coaching. We're here educating, learning, growing, and sometimes people don't really know how to be good mentees or students. They think that it's a power thing, like I'm less than and that person's better than, and so they might feel insecure, might feel like inferior or something, and of course nobody wants to feel inferior, and then other people in coaching don't really know what questions to ask or whatever. So what has your experience been with getting the most out of a coaching experience? Because you're certainly growing, you have a positive attitude about it, I feel like you're utilizing the coach as well. And so what tips would you give to people who actually are seeking mentorship in some capacity to actually get the most out of the experience, to make sure that they grow the most during that time period?
I would say probably to first of all, don't be intimidated. I was that first month. It was like, oh crap, this is Dave. Don't be intimidated. Listen to what they have to say. Take the challenge of they will challenge you, and they will they're in it for helping you. So listen to what they have to say, and if there is any type of comments they give you is not cutting you down. They're not criticizing you. They're literally just trying to help you succeed. And don't get down on yourself if you fall a little short of what their expectations are. Just show some growth. Baby steps. That's I'm making a lot of baby steps forward. And sometimes I make a huge leap forward. And I think that don't be disappointed if it's a baby step. Huge leaps are great, but baby steps get you there also, just a little slower.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody else said you don't want to feel like you're bugging a mentor, right? And that probably is something that's really common. I know that that's something that came up that's common in recovery. You know, I've had sponsors and different mentors and coaches in recovery as well as business. And yeah, you don't want to feel like you're bugging them. But I want to give you guys all a little bit of a quick little tool, a quick little resource that can help you to not feel like you're bugging them. And if you use this tool, then it will essentially help you to get what you want by asking better questions and asking better answers. But also when you go to ask a coach, a mentor, or someone for support or guidance, you can know that you've already taken certain steps to that you've done your homework and that you're not just asking the mentor to do all the work for you. So I call this the getting what you want by asking better questions and getting better answers. And what this is basically a checklist to kind of go through and ask yourself, have I sort of checked all the boxes before I go and I ask a question? Now, this can be a format that you can use in a Facebook group. If you ask a question, it can be a format that you use to send a mentor or a coach a question. It can really be a format that you use to ask anybody a question, right? Because it helps you to build personal responsibility and do as much homework as you can before you ask the question, so the mentor or the coach doesn't feel like you're just trying to get them to do all the work for you. Because I don't care what, like, think about it in athletics or sports. If you were trying to ask your coach to come out and throw the ball for you, they're going to say, literally get off the team. Like, this is, I'm the coach. I'm overhit, right? It would be ridiculous. So a lot of times when we come into sort of a personal counseling or coaching situation or a business coaching situation, particularly in this industry, there's a misunderstanding about what a coach is really, what their role is. And their role is to help you to find the answers within you first, if they can. And then if you have or need the answers because you just literally don't have that experience, then they can give you their experience, but really never tell you exactly what to do, because ultimately you have to make the decision. Right? Now, you may be saying, well, Dave, if I hire a coach, I want that coach to tell me exactly what to do. But the problem is that if they tell you exactly what to do, then a lot of times you're just going to buck it because nobody likes to be told what to do. Right? So it's a delicate road to travel. And it's really important to hire somebody who is experienced coaching. And out of all my years experience of coaching, this is one of the tools that I've come up that I think is one of the most helpful. So how to get what you want by asking better questions and getting better answers. First, get clear on what your question is. Simplify, clarify, simplify, clarify. And then briefly and clearly explain what you've tried already, right? So you ask the question, here's my question. Here's what I've tried already. Outline what you think the solution might be, so to lessen the workload for whoever the coach or the person that's answering the question, right? Ask respectfully and humbly for feedback or thoughts, and let the coach know that you'd be grateful for their help. Congrats, asking for feedback is a strength, not a weakness. Now, if someone has time to help, and they might not, so don't take it personally, just ask again later. Make sure to put it into action. And then update whoever helped on how their advice worked, or if it didn't work, but make sure to take responsibility for that outcome no matter what, right? And what's really important about this process are these first three pieces, because a lot of times we don't really get clear on what our question is. So there's a bunch of back and forth, or we don't really get the answer that we're looking for. We don't try other things. We just throw something at somebody else, hoping for them to just totally solve our problem. And then we don't like do any work mentally to try to figure out and outline what you think the solution might be, which is really useful when you're working with somebody, for them to know that you're also, brainstorming and thinking for yourself. So, I know you've heard me go over that tool before, Lori, but what comes up for you as I kind of go over some of these outlooks that I have about coaching, like, helping somebody find the answers within themselves, some of these pieces that I've just gone over, what comes up for you, and what advice would you have maybe for people who are looking for a coach, but more looking for somebody to kind of maybe do it for them instead of understand the power of having somebody help to empower them? Well, what's coming up for you?
Well, a couple things. Mainly, if they do it for you, you're not going to learn. This is your business, and you are, for this particular, looking at it here, it's your business. It's not their business. You need to know how to run it and to problem solve these things after you stop having that coach. If you're just expecting them to do it for you, you might as well just close the doors now, because it's not going to, your business won't last long if you don't learn it. I can't hear you, Dave.
It won't last long, and that's a great point. I mean, the way that I coach is I don't want to have people dependent on me. Right. I don't want that. It's not about, there's a lot of marketers there's one marketer in specific, he's a mentor, and he prides himself on people re-upping on his coaching year after year. And that's fine if people want to do that. But if you're going to work with somebody, then ultimately the best coaches that I've ever had have a goal of the mentee being independent. Sort of like working in housing. My wife used to work in a homeless shelter where they would bring people in from the streets, give them housing, and then ultimately the next step would be they would help them get an apartment and kind of go out on their own and be independent. And that is sort of the philosophy that I have about coaching as well. Now, is that the best thing for my pocketbook, right? Well, no. I mean, if it, sure, it'd be better for my pocketbook if I re-upped coaching clients for 10 years and convinced them put on a big sales pitch in the last month of their coaching, term to get them to re-up. But that, I think it's important to look for a coach and look for mentors who are also mentally and emotionally healthy, and will actually put you over profits, you the client, you the person, over profits. I know you work in we've got you a medical facility, but it's in a mental health facility, and mental health is a big part of your life as well, right? Where do you see the correlation between good mental health and positive results in life and also business?
Boy, I can tell you, having worked in mental health, it is, your whole life is affected by how you feel about yourself. If you don't feel good about yourself, you're not going to be successful in relationships. You're not going to be successful in your business. You're going to be most likely miserable. So I've been there, I've been through a lot of shit, and it's getting out of it is not fun, but once you're out of it, life changes. And that's what my last several years have been, is just I suffered a lot of losses, all kind of one right after the other, and got my mind right, just working on it. And that's when I started this, this venture is, all right, my body, I lost 50 pounds over this last year, which was a exciting thing for me. So I changed my health is better. My mind is better. It's time to, get the rest of my life going forward. And this was a great new step for me to do that.
Yeah. I can tell you that you said feeling good about yourself is important. I have a belief that self-esteem is the bedrock of success.
Absolutely.
How you feel about yourself is everything. If any of you guys consider yourself struggling in your business is probably not the only area that you feel is struggling. If you look at all of the different areas of your life, usually there's a pattern and it overlaps, and it's not just, we don't just struggle in one area while the other areas are blossoming and blooming in doing great. Whenever I've struggled in my business, or I was unclear, or I felt like I wasn't making progress, ironically, I felt similar about my marriage. I felt similar about maybe my fatherhood. I felt similar about my health or whatever. I felt similar about my recovery, right? So the first step of actually being successful as an entrepreneur, ironically, is not only building self-esteem, but it's combining the mechanics, which is what we're all interested in. What's the funnel builder? What's the auto response? Where do I click, pull the lever, right? And money's going to explode out of my computer. No, it's combining those mechanics, which are important, with those dynamics being self-esteem building activities. Now, what are self-esteem building activities inside of our business? Well, Lori, you said you lost 50 pounds over the past year. I would assume that built massive amounts of self-esteem for you. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And what were some of the components of you losing that 50 pounds that helped you do that? I'm looking for things like consistency.
Absolutely. Yeah. It just changing habits. I drinking water. I didn't drink water because I don't like the flavor. Yeah.
There is no flavor.
Yeah. Well, city water is nasty. I'm sorry. We lived out in the woods. We had a well, and just have nice water versus having chlorinated pool water.
Sure.
So that was a huge change for me, is to start drinking a lot of water, and just the habits of sitting in front of the TV, eating from the time I got home until the time I went to bed. Getting rid of those habits was really crucial. And in doing so, that also freed me up and allowed me to do other things beyond that, as well as knowing that I can take charge and I can make change for myself. And by doing so, I have the health benefits. My mind is much better. I think clearer. There are a lot of things that came with that weight loss.
So I'm going somewhere with this. Thank you and congratulations for that. Where I'm going with this is those same sort of blueprints to losing that much weight. That's hard work. I mean, I know that is hard work. That takes follow through and consistency and changing of habits, and just it takes good solid. It doesn't take a lot of work. It just takes consistent work over time, right? And the same thing applies with our business. The one thing that I know, and I saw another successful entrepreneur that I respect say this the other day, the single most important component of us being successful in business is consistency. It's literally consistency. It's literally, if I want to get better at writing copy, I'm not going to just take a course and magically just become a world-class copywriter. I have to take what I learn in the course and apply it consistently over time. And part of the learning experience is actually applying that education and then tweaking it over time. So tying that back into self-esteem and how we feel about ourselves and our mental health, if I do those positive actions, those esteemable actions inside of my business, over time, I literally will become more confident because I feel better about myself. The more I shoot TikTok videos, the better I will be on video, the more confident I will feel. There's not just, I see people asking all the time. It's like, well, how do you I've put up 2 videos and I haven't had any sales yet. And I'm just, wondering what I'm doing wrong. Well, what you're doing wrong is nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're not doing anything wrong. You've only put up 2 videos. That's a freckle on the pimple of a gnat's ass compared to a career, right? Of actually doing something for a consistent period of time. I know marketers who put up 2 videos on TikTok before 10 a.m., every day. So this mental health, how we feel about ourselves, I believe it's the number one most not talked about topic in entrepreneurship. And the marketers and the entrepreneurs that I know who are the most successful are the ones who literally had some skills and maybe had some success, but crashed and then said, time out. I need to take care of myself. Yeah. I need to go to therapy. I need to get me right. And I need to develop some healthy personal habits and start taking care of my mental, emotional, and physical health. And then when they showed back up, all of the other clutter and the distractions and the stuff, all that was calmer. They were out of crisis mode. Yeah. And they could actually show up to their business focused, full of confidence, full of with the ability to be consistent and not distracted. And I feel like I get that vibe when I work and talk to you, Lori, that you have put mental and emotional health as a priority. And that is one of the reasons why you're moving forward and growing and progressing at the rate that you are. Would you agree with that?
Yes. Yeah. I had to get my mind right. I needed to be able to trust myself. I needed to be able to find my voice. I did, I had a lot of years where I didn't, and I have that, and I feel good about it. And consistency, persistent, not giving up, all those things that came with that.
Yeah. I want to talk to everybody who's listening very briefly and give you just a opportunity of a lifetime. An opportunity of a lifetime. And what that opportunity is to use this journey of building your business as exactly what Lori said when she lost 50 pounds, right? If you have not accomplished something by just simply sticking with it, if you have not built and filled up your self-esteem gas tank in a long time, if you're riding literally on E, if your esteem is riding on E, you have the perfect opportunity right now, not only to make money, because I know that's the carrot that everybody chases. You have an opportunity not only to make money, but you have an opportunity to fill your self-esteem gas tank up, your confidence gas tank up, by following through and being consistent and overcoming challenges and sticking with this for a significant period of time until you do get sizable results, which will then that's when compound self-esteem interest kicks in. Because once you have loaded self-esteem and you've stuck with it for long enough that you've gained traction, that's when your results go to the moon. And that's what a lot of these folks that you've seen, that you guys look around on the internet, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you see these marketers who have taken off. People look at me, what's my secret? Well, I've been doing this for 10 years plus. I've been doing affiliate marketing and coaching and creating courses and following through with stuff. I mean, I was a low self-esteem mess in constant crisis mode when I started. And I had to push through in my recovery. I had to constantly put out fires, and I had to keep coming back to that well of building self-esteem outside of my business and inside of my business by persevering through. And over time has allowed me, things I must earn. Time has allowed my success to compound to where now it's at the point to where, it's at a place that I never thought that it would be, where I'm not the hunter, I'm the hunted, right? But I've been the hunted for a long time, right? Meaning that I'm not chasing people. I'm not asking for people. Things, success tends to find me now, right? But that's only because I've built this sort of self-esteem kind of this self-esteem kingdom. That's what all my success is built on, is self-esteem. It's been, this rigorous personal development that I've done. That's not just been sharing memes, Lori, on Facebook. It's been going to therapy. It's been, following through with working on my marriage. It's been leaning into my business, focusing when I got bored, just focusing anyways, and not switching gears and going off to another shiny thing. So you're 3 months into this. What are some of the goals that you have for yourself over the course of the next 9 months that will kind of bring you to that 1 year marker?
To be able to build in the next 9 months, I want to be able to have the mechanics down better. I'm still working on the mechanics. I'm 3 months in. I'm all right with that. I'm, working on more follow-up through emails, through reaching out to clients and helping them with getting their businesses started. That is, definitely, I want that to be in a more part of the business, because that's not what I don't have a lot of that right now. I'm answering questions, but I want to be able to work a little closer with people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to, I want to be able to take time off. I'm working full-time, plus I'm working on my business a lot when I'm not at my other, my day job. Want to be able to go and see my kids. I want, those are all the goals that I have. And I know that this year is going to be a busy year, and I'm all right with that. But I want to be able to get to the point that I can walk away. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Dogs in the background.
This is real life.
Yeah. I wondered, she actually made it a lot longer than I thought we would before she started barking.
Yeah, it's fine.
Probably picking the trash up.
Yeah. No, I get it. Whenever a skateboarder or bike rider or something would ride by, my dad's got our dog because of all the small children, but he's a pity, and he kind of lashed out at a couple of small kids before my daughter was born. So my wife was like, all right, we're going to relocate you over to grandpa's house. But he would chase skateboarders and stuff like that. So I get it. So your why has tweaked a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
Your why has tweaked a little bit. You obviously, you want to travel, you want to see your kids, but you also now feel passionate about this online marketing kind of
Definitely.
this opportunity, and you're excited to share it with people. Tell us how your why has evolved, and your internal motivation in your why, where it was when you started, maybe more specifically being all about you, and now it's moved and sort of morphed into also adding an element of being of service to others and actually using your business to serve people and help themselves.
Well, as people have reached out to me, even just 3 months worth of experience doing this, at first it was really intimidating, speaking with people, trying to, that imposter syndrome. But I am helping people. I'm answering questions, and people are really appreciate it and appreciate the time I spend with them. And that is very rewarding. I want people to be able to experience the freedoms that I am starting to achieve. And I want them to be able to, not have their kids at the babysitter all day, letting babysitters raise their children. I want those things for other people. It's part of my nature. I've been a caretaker all my life, and now my kids are grown. It's just me, and it's time for me to experience a lot of different things I haven't been able to. And I still am a caretaker at heart. I want to help, and it feels good to do so.
That's great. I think a lot of people can probably relate to that. Now, do you feel like being a caretaker and then being a marketer who gives calls to action and has to transition from that caretaking role to also then that call, here's my call to action for you to actually go and do something, buy something, take some action, get a training, etc. Do you feel that there's any conflict there with you? Is that a muscle that you've needed to grow?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's I do a lot of talking with people and knowing that, a lot of the people I'm helping have already started Legendary. I'm helping people that I'm not getting any money for. I'm not spending, an hour at a time with them at this point, but I could just say, well, sorry, you bought from someone else, but that's not my nature. So, I'm doing what I can to help if I can help.
Yeah. So one of the suggestions that I would give to you is in everybody is, if you do help somebody, then there is something that you can get out of that, that will actually help you in your business. You can actually ask them for a testimonial and have them shoot you a short 30-second testimonial that you can then use and build up your testimonial file folder that you can use on future sales pages, current landing pages, bridge pages, sales pages, email follow-ups. If somebody asks for references or referrals, if you're ever selling coaching or something like that, you can easily just send them to a page that has all of your testimonials on it, right? So testimonials can be one of the most powerful things that we get inside of our business, right? It's a third-party validation and voice from somebody else, and it literally nowadays takes somebody 30 seconds to record it on a cell phone or a Loom video and just send it to you. And just, you can even give them instructions like, hey, would you be open to recording me a quick testimonial that I can use in my marketing to acquire other clients and coaching clients and other clients of products I'm selling in the future. And you can have a little one-page document that just gives them a couple of helpful tips about what to say in the testimonial, so you actually get exactly what you're looking for and exactly what would help you, because there's nothing wrong with guiding and leading people, coaching them about the type of testimonial that you're looking for. So anyways, I just wanted to offer you that, because especially early in our careers, one of the smartest things we can do is be of service to other people in ways that maybe we don't get paid for, but we can build up that testimonial portfolio. And that really, really is beneficial for us. And it can be beneficial right away when we start to put those on our bridge pages and landing pages and stuff like that. Does that make sense, Lori?
That makes great sense. That's such a great idea. I jotted it down real quick. I will do that. That is,
I mean, even going back, say it again.
Never even occurred to me. So that's wonderful advice. Thank you.
And I would even go back to the people that you already have talked to. I mean, literally every single one of you guys. It's like every conversation that you have, you can turn around and ask somebody for, hey, I hope this interaction, this conversation helped. Was it helpful to you? Was it valuable to you? And you get that, yes, it was. Hey, it would be really helpful to me is a quick little testimonial, right? Little 30-second. Here's kind of a one-pager about what I'm looking for. I'd really appreciate if you'd take 20, 30 seconds and just record a minute, whatever, and just record something for me. And I'm telling you guys, it's a big deal. It's a big, big, big deal. And as you begin to expand your business, even if you're just doing affiliate marketing, but if you expand into courses or doing your own coaching, those testimonials can be priceless.
Yep.
They can be priceless.
That's such a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. And so we always want to make sure that, and that's one of the things that one of the reasons why I asked, I think for so many people who are not, I believe being successful is not about being good at sales. And I believe that sales is not even about being good at sales. What is sales? I don't even know. Sales is just when a transaction happens. It's called getting what you want in life. And you know how to get what you want in life? Ask for it. That's how you get it. There's no other way. You can be the best person in the world, the most deserving person in the world, and you can serve the whole world. You just give your entire life. And then if you sit back, you will not get anything in return except the feel-good feelings inside. But you know what? Feel-good feelings inside, unfortunately, I wish they did, just like I wish good looks paid bills. They don't. They don't pay bills, right? So the way that we get what we want is we ask for it. And I think that this is a huge takeaway, particularly for all of you who are caretakers and have a servant's heart. And then you get into marketing. It's like, well, I'm helping a lot of people, but I'm not getting what I want and need. And what we have to learn how to do, and this is whether we're on the phone and doing phone sales all day or whether we're marketing or whatever, we have to learn to ask what we want and need. We have to ask for it. We have to ask for it. And that's how I train salespeople is your biggest job is to bring people to a decision, to ask them for the sale and to ask them for a yes or a no. It doesn't have to be a yes. A no is just as good because at least you've closed the conversation. You didn't leave an open-ended conversation. Oh, maybe I'll get back to you. See, that's just lying to each other. I'll call you back. Let me think about it. That's just lying. Instead, we have to make it okay for people to say no. And we have to be able to receive no's. That's okay. We have to go for no's because at least we're putting a period on the end of a conversation instead of a ... Right?
Yep.
So with all of these actions that we're all taking every day, the number one thing that we need to remember that if I want to get more leads, I need to ask for more emails. If I want to get more sales, I need to ask for people to click more links. I need to direct them. I need to ask them specific. If I want to get more testimonials, if I want to get more of this, I got to ask for it. If I want to get more guidance, if I want to get more insight from the group or from a coach, I got to ask for it, right? And I think that that's just a big major takeaway, Lori, for all of us who are caretakers or who feel like we have a great servant's heart, but we're having a difficult time making that transition over to like kind of hardcore marketer, right? It's like, how do I blend these two skills together? Well, it's really just about what did I ask for in this email? Did I ask for anything in this conversation, or did I feel guilty or bad about it? Right? That's a muscle that we have to condition, is asking for things, because sometimes we feel guilty asking. Oh, I don't want to ask them. I don't want to ask for anything. I don't do it on my own. Right? But the only person that you're hurting when you don't ask for things is just yourself, right? Because then you don't get your needs met. And what that's called is codependence, right? That's called people pleasing. That's where we put everybody before our own self. So we have to become equals in this game. And in order for me to, and that's another self-esteem building tool. If I'm doing something, am I interacting in a situation, say it's a friendship, and then I'm give, listen to your problems, talk about you, but then I don't ask about me. Hey, you know what I need right now? One of the things I learned, Lori, I just sometimes needed to be held by my wife to heal that inner child, that little boy in me. I need you to just hold me, baby. I learned to ask for my needs. You know, this is adult conversation. A lot of you guys are sexually frustrated in your relationships. Well, it's because you're not asking. Ask. Baby, I just wondered, I'm looking at you. You're so sexy. And I'm just wondering if we can make time for each other tonight. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we just don't ask. So anyways, I'm ranting here. What's coming up for you? I want to give you the final word and also bring this conversation in for a landing. But what's coming up for you as I'm ranting about this asking for stuff, Lori?
Well, we've all heard it. Need to call to action. You know, you need to ask them to do something. You know,
Yeah.
You need to absolutely call to action. Click that link in the bio. You know, let's follow. You know, comment, whatever. Hopefully they'll buy. You know,
Yeah.
and if they don't, hopefully they'll, thanks, but no. You know, that absolutely makes perfect sense. And that's carries over, like you said, that's a life skill. That's to be able to do that.
So overall, if somebody like yourself, brand new 3 months ago, was sitting on a checkout page or thinking about getting involved in Legendary Marketer, what would you say to that person?
I would say do it. I absolutely do it. It will change your life. Not just make you money, but there are so many other things that you will get from doing marketing, online marketing, legendary marketing. I can tell you, if you're looking, it is it is legendary. Corny, sorry, but there are, the community is fantastic. Oh my gosh, the support is great from your peers and obviously from the staff and Dave and Matt and Roxy and everyone that's out there helping us. I would do it because it will give you the freedoms that you're looking for. Legendary will give you the support. The resources will be there, with you for life. Pretty much. If you buy the blueprints, do the blueprints. Oh my gosh, if there's any way you can afford it, do the blueprints. They are more advanced skills. They work with you longer, harder. I would jump on it. You will absolutely not be sorry.
Well, that was quite the testimonial. Thank you for that, Lori.
It's how I feel. It literally changed my life. I'm so excited each day to get home and start working on this. What am I going to learn today? I want to learn something new every day. And
Yeah. Well, it shows. I mean, your attitude and your outlook is just, it's contagious. So everybody, Lori's Financial Freedom is her TikTok. You can connect with her there. Go now. Let's also make it a clickable link. I'll drop it right in the comments right now. This is somebody who, you guys, I mean, obviously fellas, but also, ladies. I mean, talk about somebody to have inside of your network, in your mastermind. It just is a part of your network. I mean, jump on it. I mean, this is when we talk about community. This is what we're talking about. It's not just about. It's not just about. It's never about me. I don't want it to be about me. I don't want it to be about Matt. I don't want it to be about any one person, particularly on our team. It's about us building connections and finding peers and friends and people to support us, and people out there that are on the same path that we are. That it's so energizing to know that there's hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people out there that are literally on the same path doing the same thing, even if there's not anybody in our damn neighborhood or town. It's like I look around and I see a bunch of weirdos that I have nothing in common with in my town, relatively speaking, but not marketing anyways. But there's thousands out here, and Legendary is full of them. So Lori, fantastic show. Well done. Great job. We'll let you go. I know it's coming around to 8 o'clock there, your time. So got to get another cup of coffee or whatever you drink in the morning. Take the dogs out, start your day. Thank you for spending an hour with us, and giving back. And I know you've gained some new fans, some new followers, some new friends here this morning, and just keep up the great work. Any final words? You get the last word.
Well, thanks, Dave, for having me. It was a goal to make it here, and so I'm thrilled to have been here. And thanks, guys, for watching and the support that you've given me. And I love you guys.
Awesome. Well, love you too, Lori. You are just a real gem. And I'm looking forward to continuing this journey, and for many years to come. I love when my clients turn into friends, and we stay connected, and look back a decade, later and say, remember when, all the memories and in the journey. It's really a cool thing. So
Yeah.
Keep up the great work. I hope you'll come back and keep us posted on your journey every few months. And if you will, I'll look forward to it, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.
All right. See you, Lori.
Yeah.
All right, my friends, seriously, Lori's TikTok is up here on the screen. Go connect with her. Go support her, lift her up, let her support you, lift you up, and just a wonderful, wonderful person to have as a part of your sphere of influence, right? They say that we're a combination of the 5 people, whatever that we, how many ever it is that we surround ourselves with. And I just believe that. There's different people in different mindsets here, even in our community. And so we have to be really careful about who we associate with, who we're listening to, who we're getting information from, who we're talking to. And Lori is the type of person, the model type of person to have in your corner, and also to model her mindset and behavior, because just in 3 months, she's just growing, not only the money aspect, but also just is developing the skills that are going to be there for the rest of her life, to be able to do this and to be able to thrive and to be able to achieve her goals. So anyways, be legendary, my friends. We will be back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Have a fantastic day. Have a legendary day. Have a great week. Let's end this month strong, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.